Hello everybody, welcome back to Fixing with a Kid. I'm working on this Boland's 21-inch push mower, which has seen some better days. Customer stated that the air filter probably would have disintegrated and went in. I want you to look at the state of the air box. Here's the inside with the primer. Here is the outside. There was no air filter. I don't see any evidence of an air filter. So I'm thinking they ran it without it. Now the compression is still 60 pounds of compression. So I'm going to get this air box off, clean it. Maybe it'll come back to life. We'll see. I want you to look at the amount of junk that's been pulled into the carburetor. Just look at that. I don't know if we'll get it to run, but we're going to try. Okay, there were 4 screws holding the carburetor on. There were 2 on these metal 5/16 here, and then there was a smaller screw on there and there that hold the cover on. That's what holds the carburetor in place. I've got the fuel line pinched off. I'm going to remove the clamp, take the fuel line off, and take the carburetor off. We'll look at it. I got my helper back out, shop helper back out here. As you can see, I pulled off the recoil so you can kind of see the access. These brackets hold the carburetor in place. The primer bulb line was missing. And then these 2 brackets lock it in on this intake. So I've got it loose. I still haven't got the fuel line off. It's on there pretty good. And then look at the amount of garbage that's on that thing. The fuel line off, I just have to twist the carburetor and it comes off. And I want you again to see, let me get a light if I can get this in the light. See the amount of junk that it has pulled through the carburetor with the absence of an air filter. I got the 2 screws out of the bottom of the bowl, and actually the inside of the carburetor sure looks a lot better than the outside. Here's your jet. You got to pop this part out to get to your jet. There's actually your jet. It looks clean. I don't know. Alright, I've cleaned off the carburetor. Blew it off. Got a lot of the junk off of it, out of the filter housing. I'm going to take my tip cleaners and clean right inside that jet right there. Alright, it felt like it was slightly plugged. I know you can see through it, but it opened it up. I'm going to get it back together and hope it runs. I don't know how much life this thing has left in it, but we're going to give it every chance. The carburetor put back on. I'm going to put the recoil back on. Spark plug was in pretty bad shape. I've got a better one, RC12YC. It's in better shape than that one. So I'm going to put that in it and we'll see if it runs. Let's see if it'll fire. Trying to Alright, it started. It didn't sound good. I don't know if we got some loose motor bolts. I'm going to check that, check the blade. Let's take a look at that. The blade is definitely wore out. It's probably out of balance. The mower doesn't look like the motor bolts have loosened up. It's not really vibrating. It's just got a loud noise. If I had to guess, I would say it's not long for this world and the amount of dirt that's been sucked into it. But our challenge was to get it running, and we did. Thanks for watching Fixing with the Kid. He wanted me to get it running, and now that I listened to it, I'm not sure it's worth putting an air filter in. I'll let him make that call. Let him run it till it quits, but it doesn't sound very healthy. But we got it running. We got it cleaned up and got it running. All right, everybody, thanks for watching Fixing with the Kid. Another project done. This is a friend of ours, and I'll let him make a decision whether or not he wants to run it. And even worth putting a blade and an air filter in it, but I don't know, his call. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Until next time, goodbye.